Do you know which is the safest place to drive your car in? Because seeing what's going on nowadays, I'm beginning to think that that place doesn't actually exist. If you don't understand what I'm saying, well, I'll show you, as today we shall be looking at the most idiot of drivers messing up everyone's day. Let's begin with the video right away. This Porsche driver comes out of the parking lot and makes his way to the top, but steps on the gas and doesn't correct his steering. Now he is literally back to where he started. This Mercedes driver is out to prove just how strong these cars really are made and drives with just 3 wheels around the road. The only harm they seem to be causing is just to themselves for now. Sometimes when you get more than one idiot in the same frame, you never know who's at fault when actually both of them are. Nothing much, just a small kiss. Somebody was in a hurry to just get home on time and just tried the forbidden shortcut, but clearly did not fare well at all. The last thing you'd want to see is a Dodge Challenger moving up to you from behind and hitting you, but this guy sounded really happy after getting rear-ended. If you're looking for a way to quickly end your car and probably your life too, here's one way to do it. Get some proper airtime in your car.
Not my Bondo!
This gardener was in a hurry to get to mowing some grass but failed to realize that he's towing something behind him and rams it into this poor car.
Connecting to the emergency call center.
Whoever that driver in the black car is, they just hate pillars and they can't wait to ram through this one and come straight forward. Out of nowhere, this Jeep came into the frame and had already lost control of itself as it swerved everywhere before finally flipping over like a bomb. Imagine starting your day like this, going to work and trying to find a parking spot, but you end up getting hit by a lady before you even get a spot. Must be a Monday for this guy. This beautiful car's about to get a touch of damage on its skirt and wheel. That might be small, but probably costs a lot more than it looks like. This madman takes out 2 drivers that run red lights consecutively and teaches them a lesson, and probably learning one himself too. This Porsche Macan tried squeezing its way into this lane without even checking if there was a car beside them or not, and paid a very hefty price for it.
And we put all these barriers in between productive, normal society.
Looks like someone has fallen asleep behind the wheel, and their sleep could not have come at a worse time. Something tells me that people often make these mistakes on purpose, because how on earth did he not see this guy coming from the other side? How can you expect a Mustang to behave when you have a crowd surrounding it while it's thirsty? Luckily, it went for the person in the car.
Are you serious?
This guy's on the ride of his life while being dragged behind a truck like this. Do you think he knows or not? Must be on purpose.
No, he stole.
What happened?
He ran me over. He's calling the police, man.
This guy was in a hurry as he sped past the other cars on this highway, but someone decided to cut him off at the right time. Who needs roads when you can have the entire green belt all to yourself? This guy's on some life-changing hacks, of course. I don't think this guy's steering wheel works fine because he turned into the exit but couldn't keep up with a bend. Somebody thought they could be really sneaky and cut through the red light, but there was an undercover officer right behind him who saw his little sly move. This driver was scurrying along his path when all of a sudden someone came rushing in from the road ahead and spun out of control before hitting this car.
What the?
For this one, you guys decide and comment down below who was at fault. The driver that was making a left, or this guy who was trying to make it through the signal during a yellow light. This crazy man has decided to take his mini SUV down this vertical cliff and thinks he can make it. When he does go down, his car almost makes a backflip before getting back on all fours. Arabs drifting around on the public road does not always go as planned, as there's one person that drifts so wide that he almost crashes into people. Now this is a funny one. The camera car waits for the other car to pass from in front of it, and out of nowhere, a BRZ driving comes up and makes the most horrendous move out there. Shortcuts might seem to be enticing, but before you turn into small alleyways like this one, make sure there's not a missing part of the road there first. Impatient drivers like this one are a huge problem nowadays. He creeps forward slowly, inch by inch, until the inevitable actually happens. This idiot here spun the car out and almost crashed the car. That's not the worst part. He has his entire family sitting with him too. A red-hot McLaren. Who wouldn't want to see that in front of them? However, people really don't want to see one crash like this either. This driver almost had a heart attack when he was very nearly ran into by a blind driver who only looked one way while coming out. With just one blink of their indicator and zero use of their mirrors, this car changes lanes and sideswipes this driver, causing him to lose control on the highway and almost flip over.
The Bluetooth device is...
Nothing to see here, just a bunch of idiots trying to jump their car by putting on the cables the wrong way.
Hold up. Cables. They're oh no. What is going on? Girl, you don't I'm out of water.
If someone hits their car whilst having to drive around like this, their insurance company should not be liable to fix their car for this idiocy. While coming onto a bend, this driver was pushed out of the road by a driver that straightened their steering wheel before the turn ended. That white car is being driven by a lunatic that thinks it's okay to merge at the two most left lanes while coming onto this highway, and look what he has done now. They say that drifting is meant for everybody, and after seeing this clip, I fully support that statement. Here's what happens when you start racing on public roads with a very obstructed view of what's coming up ahead of you.